Luke, how's the mood around the guys after yesterday with Anthony?
Yeah, it's been a shock. You know, it's been devastating news for obviously Anthony, and it's rippled through the club, and it's been everyone's very just aware of his well-being at this point in time, and it's certainly a difficult time for him. But fortunately, you know, this morning we're able to get ourselves up for another training session, and unfortunately, the nature of football is it's business as usual, albeit there will be a lot of care given to Anthony in the background.
Have you given him a call or sent a message at all?
Well, out of respect for Anthony, he didn't want to be inundated with calls and the rest of it. But yes, I mean, I've sent him a text, and I think most guys have sent him a text to let him know that, you know, we're thinking of him, and I think a couple of his closer friends at the club have made contact with him directly. So, you know, at this point in time, it's out of respect for what he's going through. A bit of space is what he's wanted, so we're respectful of that.
You've had your fair share of major injuries. I mean, as an older player, what sort of advice could you offer Anthony at this point?
Well, I mean, I can't say I've ever experienced what Anthony's gone through. I mean, I've had a little bits and pieces along the way, but you know, it's certainly very difficult for a 21-year-old to go through what he's going through. But look, at this point in time, yeah, all we're thinking about is his well-being really, and you know, football is really secondary, and I certainly wouldn't want to offer him any advice on you know, on football post this situation, but really just about how he's feeling and emotionally, and just taking care of him from that point of view.
Has it been a bit flat around the club in the last couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly been a shock for everyone, and you know, we're all think very highly of Anthony. He's a tremendous young man, and we're all certainly aware of his enormous footballing talent. So it's certainly impacted us, no question. But you know, as I mentioned earlier, unfortunately it's business as usual, and we need to continue in our preparation for what will hopefully be an exciting year for us, albeit being respectful of Anthony and his situation.
What was it like training out there this morning? It seemed a little bit quieter than usual, maybe?
I wasn't on the actual track today with the team, but you know, we made a point of it this morning that we you know, we need to get ourselves up and continue and forge ahead. You know, from what I saw, it looked pretty sharp, but you know, I can't really comment given that I wasn't in the middle.
Just you doing some stuff on your own today. Is that just part of your program, or is there an issue?
Yeah, no, I've got no issues, except I'm probably a bit old, but no, I'm just doing some sort of maintenance type work at the moment, and I've done a fair bit of work pre-Christmas, so yeah, just sort of maintaining my body through January.
So is that where you get the 1 day out of the 3 sessions off, is that right? Or?
No, not at this point in time. I'm back full time, but yeah, today I just had a little bit of tightness in a calf, you know, so it was more just a precautionary measure, just to do a bit of work on the side, and I'll be back in on Monday.
Who's impressed you amongst the defenders this pre-season already?
I mean, Alex Silvani's been training really well. He's come back in tremendous shape and is working really hard. You know, we've had some new recruits in Tanner Smith, who looks like a real find for us. You know, super athlete, already starting to read the play pretty well from what I've seen in training. So they're probably the sort of 2 notable ones at this point in time. But you know, with Michael Johnson and Paul Duffield and guys like that are training well at the moment as well. So you know, the more people we can get on the track and continue to generate some chemistry amongst the defence, the better.
Tanner does look pretty comfortable. Do you think he could play this year if you know, injuries allow him a spot?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's for the discretion of the coaching panel, but you know, he certainly looks to be moving along quite nicely, and given his athletic ability, and he seems to have some fairly good game smarts as well. So you know, it's exciting for him, and I look forward to working with him closely and seeing his development over the coming years.
Mark Stone said earlier in the week that quite a few of the guys are setting personal bests in pre-season training. Can you shed any light on that?
In training, yep, yeah. So we, you know, we have a few indicators that demonstrate where we're at, sort of fitness-wise, and it looks like everyone's ticking those boxes quite nicely. And you know, I'm sure that every AFL club around the country is probably saying the same thing. So, you know, everyone's moving pretty well. We've come back in good shape from the Christmas period. And you know, we'll forge ahead through January.
Aaron Sandlin's ran his best 3K time?
Yeah. Aaron's 3K is not usually his strongest point, but he put in a good effort, the big guy, on Monday. So, and that's always a good thing, you know, for our senior players to continue to develop and lead the way with the rest of the team.
Obviously, it'd be really good to have him fit and firing for a whole season, given his injury problems with his feet over the last couple of seasons.
Absolutely, yes. You know, he's a crucial part of our team, and we're a much better side with him in it. So, if we can get a full season out of him this year, that'll be go a long way to putting us in good stead.
How about Matthew Pavlich, Luke? Is he getting much work in away from the main group at the moment?
Yeah, he's doing plenty. He's doing a lot of work in the gym. He was on the track early this morning, from what I saw, doing a few laps. So he's already getting his run up, which is great, and seems to be moving along quite nicely. So, you know, Pav's the consummate professional, and he'll, I'm sure, get his body right just in time.
And Nat Fife, how active is he at this stage of the pre-season?
Yeah, Nat Fife's in a similar boat. Yeah, he's working very hard with our strength and conditioning staff, and he's just being managed and monitored through this period. So, again, here's another crucial element for us to be playing our best football. So we'll manage him as best we can and get him ready for the season.
After the disappointing way that you finished up last season, how important that you get involved early in this season, and can we expect to see you pre-season like NAB Cup, or where are you at personally?
I'm going very well. Yeah, I've done a lot of work pre-Christmas, so I'm very happy with the work that I've done. I imagine, on what Ross did last year, he just picks the best available team for the NAB Cup. So if I'm fit and available, I'll certainly be playing.
Just one more about Anthony, Luke. Did Ross Lyon tell you guys just give Anthony a little bit of space through this time? Did he give any message at all about how to treat Anthony through this period?
Yeah, Ross has had a very strong focus on just caring for Anthony the person, and I'm sure there's a lot of questions that people will be asking at this point in time, speculating about what's going to happen in the future, etc. But Ross is pretty strong on, let's just take a step back and consider a young 21-year-old man going through a pretty difficult phase, and we need to consider his feelings and be respectful of them.
What did you make of Ross driving Anthony to have his scans? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, look, that's an excellent touch from Ross, and we know that that's the way he operates, and he has a lot of care for his players. Albeit he demands excellence of all of us, but he certainly is able to show a more nurturing side when he needs to. So yeah, it was a very nice touch.